What's up, guys? In today's video, I want to talk about some missing ingredients to making a lot of money in crypto, but also being prepared for what that actually entails. I feel like a lot of us are kind of waiting, pretty much all of us, for altcoin season, want to make all that money, become financially free. Maybe some of you want to also leave your jobs, go on vacations. But I said it before, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. In this case, if you make a lot of money, you have to be disciplined and prepared for this money. I forget what the stats are, but I know many lottery winners who win a lot of money. I'm talking like millions of dollars, in some cases a billion or more. They go bankrupt in less than 10 years because they don't have this emotional control, finance maturity, and the discipline to understand what that means to hold that kind of money. And so this morning I was researching for the last, 5 hours. That's why I didn't go live today. I've been setting myself up to make a lot of money. I've been looking at ways to reinvest after this cycle, bank accounts, what I'm going to do going forward, saving some money, because in 2022, when I was investing and also working a job and also in school, I was paycheck to paycheck. And although right now I have, more money than that, I want to be more disciplined and more mature with my money. That's why, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. I showed you guys in a recent stream that I forget the stats. I think it's like 2/3 of people who make over 100K per year are living check to check, because oftentimes when these people get more money, whether it's a promotion or they find it or a lottery, they increase their living expenses as well. So one thing I've been doing proactively all throughout this time is tracking my expenses, tracking my income, trying to keep my money balanced. Like I have many different bank accounts, whether it's for, vacation fund. You guys want to go on vacation, separate account. Maybe it's, an investing account, so like a tax account where I just put taxes every single month into this account from whatever I get paid, and then don't touch it. Maybe it's a, I don't know, rainy day fund, also having an emergency fund. And this is not financial advice, by the way, pretty much just basic advice. Like, you want to make sure you're prepared. You don't want to just wake up one day and see you have like $2 million in your portfolio and say, okay, I'm going to take it and put it onto my checking account. Because what's going to happen is you gotta be very disciplined to understand the maturity of what it means now to see that big balance in your account. Can you, not go on a shopping spree and just blow all of it in 2 years? Can you maybe hire someone who is a financial advisor or an accountant and say, okay, how can I reinvest this? How can I turn this into more money? How can I allocate this to where I'm safe down the road? These are some questions we have to address and answer. And I know this is not a very popular video topic, but it is one I'm very highly interested in. And it's one that's been on my mind now for quite some time, because I don't want to just get all this money one day from crypto and have no idea what to do. Now, obviously, some of you can just say, well, I'll just reinvest it, buy some Bitcoin, whatever. And that's fine. Of course, you can do that. But I'm a big fan of diversification. I like stocks, well, ETFs anyway, the S&P 500 VOO. That I look at pretty much as a 401k. I'll probably be investing into that soon as a separate like retirement thing. Some risk off assets like a money market account when the yield's pretty good, or maybe a CD or a high yield savings account. I also like having liquid cash. Some of you probably like real estate. I'm not a big fan of it because I'm not a very big, managing a property type of guy. But it's important to have these conversations, to have these different plans in motion, because altcoin season will come. It's going to come a lot sooner than many people think. And if you're not prepared to just take profits and know where to go from there, you're going to be stressed out. It's like you take someone who's in debt and you hand them all this money, like let's just say $1 million, right? And oftentimes it can stress them out because now they'll pay off that debt, sure. But now the next question is, how can I manage this money? How can I not fall into debt again? People oftentimes they buy these mansions, They can't afford, they buy these cars they can't afford. And cars are one of the worst depreciating assets you can have. The minute you drive it off a lot, it just goes down in value. But the more mature you are to money and these outlets of diversification where you put that money into, whether it's Bitcoin, altcoins, real estate, physical gold, um, CDs, money market accounts, ETF, index funds, whatever it is, the minute you start thinking like this, you think about your future, the more mature you get as a person, the more financially independent you become as an investor as well. And also you safeguard yourself against inflation and against, crazy things happening to you. Like, that's why now, I was talking to my Discord about having an emergency fund, right? I'm developed one myself because you never know what happens, right? Sometimes life can hit you. I had a member in my Discord where they were fine, and then one day they got into a bad car accident and their car got wrecked and they had no insurance on it and they themselves were hurt. And so imagine, like, in the worst case, something like that happens to you, and now all your money's in the market, or you had no savings, so you had to, like, use your credit card and put interest and have to be on a plan and be stressing yourself out. So you can't prepare for every situation. Obviously, sometimes shit happens, but you want to be at least ready, or at least aware of what could happen. Not to cause fear, but like I said, you want to be prepared the best way you can. And that goes to say, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's why I'm not a very big maxi into anything. I think diversification is very good. Whether it's crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, altcoins, ETFs, real estate, money market accounts, CDs, high yield savings accounts, um, whatever, even stocks. I'm not saying you have to get everything. I'm just saying you have to be of the mindset when you get profits, because you will be getting profits. What are you going to do to safeguard yourself and also turn that into more profits down the road? A lot of people last cycle, they became bag holders because they weren't financially aware of what was happening in the market. They fell for manipulation, and people saying the market's going to be like this. Listen, no one knows what's going to happen with the market long term. No one knows how long this bull market will be, how aggressively bad the next bear market will be. We can only speculate, guess, make assumptions, hypothesis, educated guesses. But even then, right, this is why you want to be ready for any situation. We were talking on Discord again today about fiat and the dollar being weakened and inflated, and what's going to happen if it crashes, and what's a good off ramp to safeguard your wealth and not lose it to inflation. And this is some of the conversations you have to have, right? This is why I love my group. And again, if you guys want to join, it's more than just like posting buy alerts and sell alerts, right? We have live streams every week, conference calls, many different chat communities where we talk about topics like this amongst crypto picks and the news. And we also are just there to support each other, and many of us have made a lot of money already, and some of us just are on the up and up. But again, this is why it's important to surround yourself around like-minded people, because when you have conversations like these, or questions like these, or concerns like these, you can bounce it off me or someone else in the group. And trust me, I learn from the group just as much as they do from me. That's why I really do love this group, and we had some great conversations today. And by the way, if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. Be a pinned comment down below. But yeah, like I said, just make sure you're ready, right? Not just for profit taking for altcoin season, but what you're going to do after that. The more organized you are, the more it's going to pay off in the long run. I've always been organized since I've been in school years ago. Like high school, I would track all my classes, my GPA, my homework, my projects. When I was working, I would track my hours, the overtime, how much money I could put from here into my investments, my school tuition when I was in X-ray school, miscellaneous spending. Like, okay, I've been going out a little too much, buying too much food here, maybe buying a little too much drinks, going out to, this bar or this lounge, whatever. Let's cool off a little bit, like, when you can be disciplined and aware of your finances and your expenses, you'd be surprised how much this confidence and boost to knowing what you have to do going forward to become more wealthy and more financially, mature, can pay off for you. So, I just wanted to bring this up to you guys because it is important to have these conversations. Obviously, this won't be the first and last video. on this topic. If you guys want to talk more about it again, you know where to reach me. But just make sure whatever you guys do, you're hedged properly. If you're all into low caps, you don't need me to tell you it's a risky game. If you're all into meme coins, very risky. You can be as degen as you want to be. You can be as risk averse as you want to be. At the end of the day, we're all here for profits. And what do I always say? Profit is profit. A lot of this is emotionally just being conservative and being mature, being aware of what's going on, treading the water, weathering the storm, being patient, making smart decisions, being persistent, being confident, and just trusting yourself, trusting your research, trusting your instincts, and just being prepared. I cannot stress that enough. The more prepared you are as an investor, as a person with goals in a future who wants to better themselves, the more you start thinking like this day in and day out, you'd be surprised how much this shift happens here and then starts spreading into your everyday life, all facets of your life. It is truly a remarkable thing, and it's something I highly encourage you to start doing if you're not already. But anyways, now I want to hear from you. What is your plan for after taking profits, and are you going to be back for the next cycle? Drop your comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.